Welcome back to the Takacs McGinnis Elder Care Law Hour. I'm attorney Chris Johnson, and joining me is the regional director of the Electronic Caregiver, Dennis Clifford. Welcome, Dennis.
Thanks, Chris.
Very good
Thanks
to have
for having
you here.
me.
So, Dennis, as you know, the Electronic Caregiver, I'm not just a fan, but I'm also a client of this device. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I was wondering if you can give our audience an overview on what it does and how it operates.
Okay. Well, the Electronic Caregiver is a personal emergency response system. Most people are familiar with those. You know, you fall and you can't get up, that kind of thing. Our founder decided that there was a lot more that our seniors needed that we could put into a device like this, so we really put a lot of technology into ours. Things like GPS location, medication reminders, direct messaging through the Family Care app, things like that. So we've tried to take it to a whole nother level and serve our seniors in a better way.
Okay, very good. The fall risk, I know, is one that people tend to worry about most. Does this device do anything? What if someone falls and they can't activate their button?
Well, there is an optional fall pendant that you can get with ours, but usually we just put the pendant on the wrist. You can wear it around the neck, and it does break away, so if it were to catch on something, there won't be a choking hazard. This is more of a safety, security, and independence kind of thing. We want our people to be able to go out and do their daily activities, leave the home, move around the home, and feel safe and secure, and also provide that peace of mind to their family members to know if there is a fall or a medical emergency that they're just a push of a button away.
Very good. Well, let's start with talking about the app. Can you go through some of the features on it?
Oh yeah, definitely. You've got the location. So GPS location, you can check in on your dad. I think you do that on a regular basis, or even when he travels from Michigan down to Nashville, you can see his progress. It works off a cellular service that dings off the cell towers as he moves along. So it not only works great around the home, but when you leave the home, you just take this little device right here, you put it in your purse or in your pocket, or we even provide you with a pouch to put it on your belt if you want to do that. And this provides two-way communication, and then, like I said before, it provides that GPS. So if they go to the barber shop, or they go to the hairdresser, or they go to church, or they go to certain women's groups, or go out and play golf with their buddies, you can see where mom or dad is and where they are in between home and where their destination is, also to make sure that they're safe and sound.
Absolutely. Now, I see that this sits on the cradle that does the charging for that handheld device. What's the battery life on that? How long will that last?
It'll last about 48 hours. But when the battery life starts to get low, it's going to chime and let you know that it needs to be put on the handset. If your loved one doesn't place it on the handset to charge and it gets down below 10%, we're going to make a wellness call to the emergency contact. So, you could then check up on your dad and say, hey Dad, your battery's low, you need to put that on the charger. But it'll continue to chime and remind them to charge it also.
And can I charge that device in and of itself without having the cradle, so I don't have to take the cradle on short trips?
That's a good question. You wouldn't take it on a short trip, actually, because this is going to be registered to your home address. That way, if there's an emergency, we know exactly where to send services. You would take this with you when you go on the road or take a trip, and you just plug it in, you pop this back here, and you plug in the charger just like you would with a cell phone. Plug it into the wall, and it can find you anywhere.
Very good. And I will tell you, I have found personally the GPS device, when you open up the app, the banner across the top of the app is the last ping location. And then what you can do is, if that is a few minutes old or maybe an hour old, you can hit the actual locate button, and it'll give you an actual real time, not only of where the device is now, but it'll have the last 3 days or the last 7 days, so you can just check on travel and whatnot and make sure everything's going smoothly. On top of that, Dennis, this thing has some messaging functions, correct? Can
Yes.
you go over those for our audience?
Definitely. You can set up medication reminders, so when I would meet with a client.
Okay. We'll be right back.